Okay, so welcome back to another video on my channel. So I wanted to show you guys, I had these probably for 2 years now. These normally come in a pack of 6. Sometimes you can get the smaller ones in a pack of 12, but this is the World Class 6 Texas Pop Rockets. I think they were like $3 or something. They're usually pretty cheap, so I ended up buying about maybe, I would say about 6 or 7 bundles of these. And then I realized that they do suck. So that's why I started making my own rockets. And all I really do is I keep the sticks. I use these sticks to make better rockets. And they're pretty good sticks. They're not too bad. They're just pretty light. Let's see if I can even get a weight on these sticks. Normally, whenever you buy a stick, they have some weight and they're 1/4 inch by 36 inches. This stick weighs 9 grams, if you can see that. Let me see, I got my GoPro. Yeah, 9 grams is what the stick weighs. And then you have to take into account the weight of the rocket, which is about 21 grams. So that is probably why these guys don't fly very high, is because this is all cardboard tubing. You have just a little tiny rocket engine, and then you have the report or whatever they have inside, which is usually pretty cheap. But right there you can see the little rocket engine. So generally what I do, because these rockets do suck, I cut the tube down to get it to a decent size, shed all that extra weight. So that is 20 grams. This one is 20 grams. But here's the difference. This guy here actually has more powder in it on top. So these guys, they don't really fill them up. You'll have a plastic tube and then it's like halfway filled. But because I have a small enough tube in there, or a tool, I filled the tube all the way up. And then I also put some stars in there and a little bit of report. Or I may have put flash in there. I just can't remember what I did. So, can you hear that? And then I put a hot glue plug in there, which is pretty nice. It's nice and solid. So this guy weighs as much as this does, but this has better power and better black powder than this one. So that's the difference between these two. So what I wanted to do today was I want to take this guy and test the rocket out. So I'm going to take this guy out and then I'm going to take this guy apart. Now here's how cheaply made these rockets are. Hopefully you can see that. All they do is they take a piece of paper and shove that in the top with some stars and black powder, and that's it. Yeah, see, it's right there. Let me make sure you guys can see that. So that's all it is a little paper, some stars, and then sometimes they'll give you a little ladyfinger or one of these guys, which is just a little plastic missile, moon traveler thing, Saturn missile battery, whatever, filled with some black powder. And that's it. And this is one of the main reasons why these guys fail so much, is because this is what's your back pressure where you would normally put your end plug or whatever. This guy's there, which is why I did this. So this guy here is, they hardly ever work, and that's why they give you the cheap prices for them. Now the crazy part is that you do see that the class is, the brand is World Class. So you would expect them to at least give you a decent brand or a decent firework, but that's not the case with these. They're all made in China. You know, it's so easy for them to rewrap, so it's probably just a rewrap. But what I'm going to do is just kind of take it here, and again, you guys should be using, well, you're not going to be taking it apart like I am, but it's not good to do it like this because obviously I don't have a way to keep it from cutting me. And I do have the utility knife holder and all that good stuff, but I don't feel like doing that right now. So right there, that's all cardboard. Scary on camera, but it wasn't anywhere near my finger, so okay. So I'll just kind of tear this guy apart. Now the tubes are kind of thick. They're not that much, but they seem like decent tubes, but they're still pretty squishy in the middle. So, and there you have it. A little cheap rocket engine instead of your traditional bottle rockets that they used to do, which was they used to fill the tube and put that little orange clay stuff in there, and that would be your rocket tube, or I'm sorry, your end plug. And these, they're not even that good because they're end burners. So you have to use really good black powder for an end burner to really work well. That's why most rockets that don't use very fast powder are cord. And even then with the cord ones, you can still put really good black powder in there. So they have some kind of glue adhesive they use, put it in there. I'm not sure if you're able to see that on camera, but you can see here that it is clay. And then right there is black powder, and then it's just open. So what it does is it burns, and then it just shoots out, and then it lights this stuff up here. Actually, before we do that, let's just do this real quick test. So we're gonna make it seem like if this rocket was actually still in its tube. And to do that, I'm not gonna use this because I don't know if it has a little bit of flash in there. But pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put this loose black powder just like it comes in the rocket, which inside the tube, that's pretty much all it is. It's just loose like that. And then I'm just gonna put this paper in here, and that should pretty much just ignite and launch it out. So it'll be pretty much the same as how they built it, minus all this extra stuff here. So that's pretty much it right there. Let's go and test. Okay, so this is how I set it up. It's nice and tight in there. This rocket is nowhere near strong enough to be able to move this guy.